All right, guys, what's up? How are you? Today, we're going to be talking about phone flipping the lazy way. And I've got a lot of questions about how I phone flip without spending money up front. And you can do this too. I'm talking about right now. By the end of this video, I'll give you a step-by-step structure on how you can actually do this in your area, utilizing other people to make you make money phone flipping. Now, eventually you're going to have to spend money. That's how business works. Money makes more money. If you don't start with money, there is a way, but it's a very slow, tedious method that I'll cover in another video. This is going to be the laziest way that I end up making 800 plus profit. All right, and I'm going to show you the model that we use and the success we got this week, okay? So what I did was I ended up realizing there's a bunch of potential in utilizing other shops around me. And I've talked about how I use pawn shops and repair locations and exactly how you can too. So if you don't know, you could use repair locations now and actually have them buy phones for you. Now, let's make this breakdown very simple. Pawn shops, they buy things and they usually base the prices off of eBay or some type of online website, usually eBay. So you go in with a pair of headphones or maybe even with a monitor. The pawn shop is going to immediately look at what it's selling for online. Then they'll offer you a certain amount of money depending on what they want their profit margins to be. Every pawn shop has a profit margin that they are trying to get and they won't go over that, okay? Now, when it comes to flipping phones, it gets harder because if someone comes in with an iPhone 17, they'll probably look on eBay and see a bunch of different price points. Why is that? Well, there's a bunch of people that are actually selling these devices different ways. You got people that get phones out of stores. You got people that get phones from buying them and selling them from other people. You have people that just run across and find phones and people that sell their old ones. So there's a bunch of different ways and sources. So you have to account for that. And as a pawn shop, the profit margin becomes too stagnant. Well, what I realized is how could I actually solve this problem? And what you do is you actually can become a buyback partner for these pawn shops, other wireless stores, and also other consignment shops. Me, I do repair shops, I do pawn shops, I do regular stores that are just local in the area, poppy stores as we call them in Philly. And I extend an olive branch, tell them I'm a buyback company, and I would like to give you a price list weekly. Now, what I want to show you guys is I want to show you exactly what this looks like, and I want to break down a script. And I proposed a script, and I just wanted to show you guys some real live examples of how you could actually take advantage of this. And if you're somebody out there that is a scenario-based learner, hopefully this helps you, okay? So let's deep dive into exactly how you can utilize this. All right, so we have our little main screen. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we have a scenario one, right? Hey, quick question. Do you guys currently buy phones at all or no? The reason we ask this is we want to make sure these pawn shops are actually buying phones. If they don't buy phones, this is a bigger avenue and more vast opportunity, but you also have to get through the learning curve of them maybe being skeptical, not knowing how to search pricing, or just quitting overall. The pawn shop, no, we don't really deal with phones. That makes sense. A lot of shops don't because it's hard to know what they're worth or where to sell them. Now, you want to bring up the problem to these pawn shops because they're a business too. Whether it's a worker or you're the boss of the establishment, you want to bring up a problem. You want the worker to feel like they're going to be able to make more commission, and you want the owner to know they're going to be able to make more in their bottom line. So we want to bring up that problem. But then you say, that's actually why I came in. I work with local shops as a phone buyback partner. Now, a phone buyback partner is exactly what you want to be. Now, I tell you guys all the time, phone flipping isn't going to make you money if you're not becoming some type of business entity. And I want to hit on that real quick. Being a business entity in phone flipping is important because you cannot be everywhere at once. So if you're trying to actually bridge a gap in phone flipping and make it a income stream that you can rely on, you're going to eventually have to just build a bigger business and build a business out of just flipping money in general, right? So you want them to know you're a buyback company. There's two types of companies you want to be with phone flipping. You want to be a buyback company and a refurbishing company, okay? Now, you say, as a phone buyback partner, you want them to know you're partnering, not offering a service, okay? Now, basically, I give you a weekly price list. If someone brings in a phone, you just buy it under that number. So you can propose up a price list just like how every wholesale buyer does. But see, there's a difference. You did not walk in and say, I'm a wholesale buyer. You said a buyback company. This makes them feel more comfortable, okay? And then you say, and I'll come pick it up and pay you based on the same list. So you're not stuck holding inventory. Now, the key with this is letting them know we're going to help them not get stuck holding inventory. As Pawnshops, they make their money of getting off the inventory quickly. You're making money on the spread and I'll handle the exit. So you make money on the initial approach. I will handle getting rid of these phones. Then you close. I'll send you this week's price list. If something comes in, grab it. I'll pick it up. It works. We keep going. Now, the reason we close this way is because we don't want to solidify a partnership if it's not going to be beneficial. So we don't want to make promises that we can't keep, because there's always different ways that you can work around it, different ways that you could actually do this buyback company aspect, but this is going to be the most simplistic. We just want to see if the pawn shop can produce. We want to see if people are actually coming in to sell phones first, okay? Now, a lot of the times when I go to pawn shops, they ask me a simple question and it makes really, really good sense. Well, how do I know you're gonna come and buy it? Well, that's a good one, because maybe they're like, well, I don't wanna buy these phones and then we lose connection with you. So make sure you have business cards. Make sure that you look legitimate and just let them know. I assure you, I do this on a consistent basis. This is actually my business, right? And they'll trust you. And if they don't, just let them know, let's work with one phone for right now, one phone, okay? Now, next, this is going to be if a pawn shop already buys phones. Hey, do you guys buy phones currently? Yeah, we do. Nice. How are you moving them right now? Then they'll say like mostly on eBay, or they say in store. They'll say like some website. Okay, got it. That works, but I can give you another option. Now, see, when you are dealing with a pawn shop that is already buying phones, they will feel or seem like they don't need you, because they don't. But you want to always make sure you're extending another option. Like with the phone price list, I give people options to buy PS5s, game systems, AirTags, MacBooks, iPads. You see what I'm saying? You want to give as many different options for people to make money, okay? I work as a direct buyer. So instead of waiting on eBay or dealing with returns, I can pick up the inventory weekly, on a weekly basis on a locked-in price list. You can still sell your high-end phones however you want, but anything you want to move faster, I'll take off your hands. Now, I want you guys to realize the difference between this one and the one where they are actually not buying phones. When they are actually buying phones, you speak phone language. You're telling them, I'm actually a direct buyer, okay? I'm actually a direct buyer. Now, the reason you want to say that is because they already understand phones to a certain extent, and you want them to know that you buy directly. Not that you are going to buy it from them and try to add on and sell it on eBay. No, you want them to know I'm a direct buyer, okay? You can even let them know I ship them overseas, right? Now, it gives you faster cash flow and no guesswork. Let's test it. I'll send you over this week's price list. If something fits, I'll grab it, okay? Always ask what's the best number or email to send the price list so you can get the lead. These are important things. And I wanted to break down this because in order for you guys to understand the success that we get, you have to also understand that this is all in a system setup, okay? And I'm giving you guys this system setup, and it's something that you could literally be able to take advantage of at the drop of a dime. It's not hard, okay? This is something you can do. And it's not something that requires a lot of your time either. All you legitimately have to do is put in the work of going in there, talking, being friendly, and learning how they need assistance, okay? That's important. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys how or what we picked up. So iPhone 17s are flooding the market. You got a lot of people selling them, and this is our iPhone 17 list for this week. So we got an iPhone 17 Pro, we got an iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17, and a Pro Max, okay? Now, the majority of them are locked as people are going into stores and, of course, getting locked phones. Now, I want to tell you what I actually paid the pawn shop. I paid $500 for the iPhone 17 Pro, $280 for the iPhone 17 Air, $265 for the iPhone 17, $448 for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. What I actually was able to sell to the wholesale buyer after buying this from the pawn shop was $610, $350, $400, okay, and then $815 for the 17 Pro Max, $256, okay? So we came out from the buyer making $2,175. But how much did we actually spend? So $500, $280, $265, $448. We actually ended up paying the pawn shop $1,493. We ended up cashing out and making $2,075. So $2,175. So we made $682 off of this one sheet, okay? And that's good, right? $682. Now, pawn shops end up getting phones way cheaper than what you would anticipate, as they have the leverage. The person just walked up in a building. So you gotta understand, the reason we attack pawn shops isn't because it's a building, right? It's really because they have a unique position. They get people desperate on a consistent basis. You don't. You have to go and offer up, and you have to negotiate, and you have to do things of that nature, and that's where it becomes a loss. But when you have a pawn shop with people that are used to negotiating, giving low prices and not caring, you're taking advantage of their skills while literally sitting back. Okay, here is another one. So the iPhone 16 Pro Max, $256, iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone 16. Now, we were able to get the iPhone 16 Pro Max for $380 from the pawn shop, the iPhone 16 Pro for $350, the iPhone 16 Plus for $300, and then the iPhone 16 for $200, okay? We were able to sell it for $600, $380, $360, $250 for $1,590. Why is that important? Well, it's important because when you look at what we actually spent, which is $380 plus $350 plus $300 plus $200, we spent $1,230. We ended up being able to make the $1,590. We made $360 profit, okay? Now, making that $360 profit was not as profitable as our first one, and that's okay. Sometimes you will come out of the pawn shops making $150, but that's okay. It's all about learning how to work with these pawn shops. Eventually, you're gonna hit. I promise you, you're gonna hit. Some of the pawn shops won't hit you up. Some of them will. $682 from the first list, plus $360 from the second. We made a total of $1,042 with these two lists, okay? Now, that was without us having to do anything on OfferUp, having to do any type of negotiating, nothing. We just literally picked up phones. When I talk about how to do this in a lazy way, I want you guys to know it's 100% possible. You just have to make the connections and walk into the stores. Use the script I just gave, make it your own, but trust me, this is something that's obtainable and something you actually can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to learn about an IMEI scam that's going on, just so you make sure you're prepared when you are buying these phones from these pawn shops or repair shops, make sure you guys click the video that's on the screen. It should be popping up shortly. And again, guys, go into these go into these pawn shops and start actually negotiating, and also repair shops. Get your name out there, go to Staples, get some business cards, and let's make this money, man. If you guys need any assistance, let me know. If you guys want the script, make sure you guys comment below script. Comment below script, and I will make sure I get you guys the script. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And also, if you guys want to work directly with me when it comes to these price lists, make sure you guys go to wesply.com, okay? Right here, and then go to services, go to phone flip and buyer's price list, and then go to get price list only and buy this price list. You're gonna have new phones, used phones, Samsungs, iCloud lock, iPads, Apple accessories, MacBooks, Apple Watches. You can buy all of these things without any issues. And again, we have 50 buyers that are literally waiting for you guys. So let's make this money work for us, not work for the money. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.